Avengers is the most ambitious crossover of all time! Objection! There's something bigger than the Avengers, bigger than any of us, and we need to talk about it right now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ultimate Showdown.
Ultimate
The year
Showdown.
was 2005. Times felt simpler. Of internet animations, YouTube was first being introduced, and with not many people being aware of its existence, we should head on over to Newgrounds. There's a lot to say about this site, but for the purpose of this video, all you really need to know with their own styles. It felt like the true internet animation powerhouse before YouTube, and there's a ton to be offered here. At one point in time, a crossover so absolutely massive was uploaded right here, one that the world was not ready for. But before that crossover could actually be that's exactly what happened in December 2005 when Lemon Demon released a surprising hit, the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. Now you may recognize the name Lemon Demon from Neil Rega, who was actually responsible for more than a few viral videos back in the day. These guys make some awesome songs, but few could predict the course that the Ultimate Showdown would eventually take. You see, the song's title promised something big, and yeah, it definitely delivered. To sum it up in one sentence, a bunch of celebrities and pop culture characters face off against each other in a city, and only one of them can be the last man standing. On the wiki page, you can see Godzilla, Batman, Shaquille O'Neal, and, well, everyone else you can just watch throughout the video. While the song was made by Lemon Demon, a Newgrounds artist decided to turn it into a grand animation that the internet would never forget. This does whatever it can to match the lyrics of the song to every shot, and it's a blast from start to finish. We open up with a slow zoom into the city as the Ultimate Showdown prepares you for a wild ride. Godzilla's hopping around when suddenly Batman bursts from the shade and hit Godzilla with a bat grenade. What follows is a bunch of characters joining the fight. This was a kind of crossover where you never knew what would happen next. It was surprise after surprise, feeling like 100 different newcomer trailers in the course of just a few minutes. Some characters like Godzilla get a major focus, and then other characters show up for a few seconds as like an Easter egg. You can point to them and say, oh hey look, it's that character I know. Like I said before, there can only be one person standing in the final moments of battle, and the good news is that there's an official winner. Okay, if you haven't heard about any of this before, think about it for a few seconds. Who would come out victorious in the most epic fight the world has ever seen? As it turns out, the true winner is none other than Mr. Rogers. I didn't see that one coming. Being that the video was made in 2006, obviously all the references are people from around that time, or many years before. This video won't last forever. There's a bunch of kids today who don't recognize a lot of these characters, and that number is only gonna increase as time goes on. They may recognize the Avengers, but they don't know the real Ultimate crossover. Luckily, even as the years continue, there have been more than a few parodies that take the idea of the original animation and make it into something brand new. These have been showing up every once in a while, and it's always interesting to see the newer creators pay tribute. This is the Ultimate Showdown.
What's a test to me?
Even for those unaware of the Ultimate Showdown's existence, you have to realize that this video was important. Newgrounds was big back then, don't get me wrong, but a select few creators came forward with generation-defining content, and this falls in that category. It's a remnant of the very early days of Flash internet animation, something we don't see nearly as much in modern day. History happened. Things have changed, obviously. Now, here's a fun fact about the song. What you may or may not know is that it was completely remastered from the ground up in 2009. This was a few years later than the original, and it's safe to say that people fans. The Ultimate Showdown's newer version definitely isn't bad, it's just not as fun as the original. It doesn't have the same feel, and it tries to be too different. One of the band's members uploaded this version to YouTube, along with a nice edit to go along with it. A few clarifications. My name is Alora. I'm not Neil, but I'm the bassist on this recording, and have known him my entire life. We recorded this back in 2009 for fun, because this is the arrangement that we've always used while playing the song live, and wanted an updated recording. As time went on, less and less people cared for the internet's ultimate crossover. As of right now, we can look back with a smile and remember the classic days of online animation. We can also see the future and hope for something just as special. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoons.